Welcome to Geek Fandom Media. I'm your host, Chris, and you guys, we got a bunch of good tea from Variety in this article. It is so exciting. Black Panther, X-Men, Deadpool, Blade, the whole 9 yards, you guys. We're going to talk about the meat and the potatoes. Black Panther 3. Now, apparently, at Marvel Studios, they are very excited, eternally, about the ideas Ryan Coogler has cooking up for Black Panther 3, the third film in this franchise, you guys. Now, what's not to be excited about? Because there is a massive potential to finally recasting T'Challa in Black Panther 3. Now, we're still waiting on where Black Panther 3 could potentially take place within the MCU and the official release date for Black Panther 3. They haven't started shooting. There's ideas on the floor. Ryan Coogler is currently writing the third film. Avengers Doomsday does release next December. Secret Wars releases a year after that. So introducing a brand new T'Challa, you guys, we are dealing with the multiverse. This is more than likely which is going to happen. Damson Idris as Black Panther in the MCU moving forward? Abso-freaking-lutely. That is the route you go. The fans have been wanting T'Challa recasted forever now. It is time. They have to make it happen. And having this multiverse storyline is the easiest gateway into doing this. Honestly, I don't see them aging up a young Toussaint. I just don't think, because how old was he at the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever? That wouldn't make any kind of sense unless you're dealing with time travel and all this crazy stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think it's going to ultimately be in a variant of Black Panther who will stay in the main MCU timeline. I'm telling you guys, I have a feeling that's going to happen. And Damson Idris has already spoke about it. He's already teased, his convo with Marvel Studios about potentially becoming the new Black Panther. And he said, if they did ask me, it's going to be a hell yeah. And then you throw in, you guys, Denzel freaking Washington in Black Panther 3. Recasted version of T'Challa and Denzel Washington in Black Panther 3. What's not to be excited about for Black Panther 3? Honestly, Ryan Coogler is cooking, especially after Sinners, you guys, a mega smash hit critically amongst the fans, box office wise. It's huge. That gives him more cachet to be like, yo, Marvel Studios, back up. Let me do what I want to do for Black Panther 3. Honestly, I'm hoping he's able to have so much more creative freedom for Black Panther 3. I am hoping that is the truth, you guys. But I'm excited. A potential variant of T'Challa now coming into the MCU for Black Panther 3 to lead Black Panther and to be Black Panther for the future films and spinoffs and whatever. And then having Denzel Washington in Black Panther 3. Like I said, what is not to be excited about? The hype is freaking real. Shuri, you're cool, you're awesome. But boy, I am ready for my boy T'Challa to come back, you guys. I am so freaking hyped for Black Panther 3. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Marvel Studios being so excited about Ryan Coogler's ideas for Black Panther 3. And what do you guys think he could be cooking up for a third film in the Black Panther franchise? Moving on, you guys, XMen Casting is apparently happening soon. And they're not going for big old A-list stars. They're going for much younger, less known actors for these roles to keep the cost of the film down, to keep the budget down. I'm sorry, but I think that's ultimately the best idea, especially when you're trying to be cost effective in the world of 2025 when a burrito costs $18. I'm telling you guys, I get so upset. But I think ultimately it's a good idea. Now, as far as casting some A-list actors for the X-Men reboot, it's a possibility for someone like Magneto or someone like Professor X. That's the route I think you go. That's where you get the big A-list actors like a Bryan Cranston to play, Professor X, or Daniel Day-Lewis to play, Magneto. Hey, you guys, 10 million, or 20 million, $20 million. $40 million covers those two, and you cast much smaller roles. Look at Superman. David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan, you guys, were paid $750,000 for the role of Superman and Lois. Not even $1 million. That's wild to me. I think Nicholas Hoult was paid in the range, I believe, between $1 to $3 million. So casting much younger, much more inexperienced, so to say, I think ultimately will help your budget. It will. But I'm excited to see what Jake Schreier has. I love what he did with the Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers. Best believe he is going to be, casting this film very, very carefully. I just stay true to the source material. Don't gender bend. Don't race swap. Please just stay true to the beloved X-Men. I'm excited to see the X-Men and Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I'm excited to see their farewell tour, these next two films. It's ultimately going to be very heartbreaking because I grew up watching those movies. You know what I mean? In middle school, those X-Men films were everything to me. And to see them finally, get to be in the limelight, to be highlighted the way they should have been in their own films, I am super stoked for, their farewell tour for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Do I think Hugh Jackman is going to potentially return as Wolverine? Absolutely. I think that's going to happen. You can't recast Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, he was just now getting good. With Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine, you'd be a fool to recast. I'm sorry, but you got to keep him. You got to keep him, you guys. But I'm excited. Drake Schreier, I know he's going to be cooking with whatever he has in store for the first X-Men story, most likely after Secret Wars, because nowhere in hell you can have a rebooted X-Men film come out before Secret Wars. That makes no kind of sense whatsoever, you guys. But moving on, Marvel Studios feels no sense of urgency, no sense, like none at all, to get Blade or Deadpool 4 made. Now, I understand for Deadpool 4. I get it. Deadpool Wolverine smash hit, highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Cool. I'm pretty sure we'll see Deadpool and Wolverine and Doomsday and Secret Wars. But as far as Mahershala Ali's Blade, that's kind of disrespectful. You don't feel no sense of urgency to get this film made? Your boy was cast 6 years ago. And there's no sense of urgency? Now, I get it. You don't want to rush it. I understand. You want to take your time with the script and make sure it's great. But still, to have no sense of urgency, that's a slap in the face if I'm Mahershala Ali. 6 years casted. All we've gotten was a crappy, voiceover. Are you sure you want to do that, Mr. Whitman? That's it. No sense of urgency? The disrespect. Or maybe Blade might show up in a Midnight Suns project. That's a strong possibility. I mean, I'm down to see Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, Werewolf by Night, Swamp Thing. Man-Thing. I said Swamp Thing. Man-Thing. That would be awesome to see. So maybe he's introduced in a Midnight Suns project before getting his own solo Blade film, which I would be completely okay with and happy with. Just make it R-rated, please. I mean, come on now, Marvel Studios. Deadpool and Wolverine definitely benefited from being R-rated. I think it would be a brilliant idea. And then, of course, Ryan Reynolds is still working on a bunch of Deadpool projects, like the Deadpool spinoff and things of that nature. And, Kevin Feige confirmed that, he's talking to Ryan to see how, what else they can do with Deadpool and Wolverine. Look, there's lots to come for Deadpool and Wolverine. Just let's get it cracking for Mahershala Ali as Blade. Let's do something. Moving on to the next topic. Marvel Studios is still holding a July 23rd, 2027 release date. It's untitled as of right now. The only films we have titled and slated, you guys, is what? Spider-Man Brand New Day next year. Avengers Doomsday next year. Secret Wars. That's about it. Nothing was officially announced. Like a Shang-Chi 2 or a Doctor Strange 3 or a Thor 4. We don't know. Could that release date be slotted for Black Panther? A possibility, but that still comes out before Secret Wars. So like I said, unless you plan to release, or reveal that Dams and Idris or a variant of T'Challa is in Doomsday, and then you do a solo film, that would be kind of weird to have, with everything that's happening in Avengers Doomsday, it would be weird. And so I don't know what the plan is for that untitled slot they have. Like I said, maybe it could be for a Midnight Suns project, and it's the world of the supernatural characters who aren't in Avengers Doomsday. You know what I mean? Who come together to stop Mephisto. It's a strong possibility, but we will see. And the Fantastic Four box office, you guys, this was interesting. So, apparently, Marvel Studios was reportedly exceeded Disney's expectations. Marvel Studios and Disney, their expectations were exceeded for the Fantastic Four's box office opening weekend. I think it pulled in 217, 218. I think it currently sits as of right now, 227 million. I don't know if that's updated, but it's projected for a 61% drop this second weekend, you guys, grossing anywhere between 45 and 52 million dollars. I don't know how I feel. It's still too early, but boy, I don't think that this is going to do that great. I honestly don't. It's a little worrisome. Superman, I think, has made so far like $520 million. You know, it's going into its third or fourth weekend. I don't see both of these films crossing 600. I honestly don't. But that's what the insider said in this article, you guys, that in the era of superhero comic book films, that's where they are. They're happy with making that amount. Keep in mind, Deadpool and Wolverine grossed, what was it? I think like 400 something. 400, I think it was like $435 million opening weekend. A ginormous opening weekend for Deadpool and Wolverine. But the Fantastic Four is very different from Deadpool and Wolverine. But keep this in mind, Deadpool and Wolverine was also an R-rated project, but already in an established universe and based off nostalgia, bringing Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. So you had a lot going for yourself. Fantastic Four, on the other hand, you guys, it's a completely, entirely new rebooted cast that will lead a brand new face for Marvel's first family in the MCU moving forward. So drastically different. But I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting to see, you know, where we go from, you know, I'm interested to see the final numbers of the second weekend and what that drop off is officially going to be, because 61% is still, it's pretty high, you guys. That's a big drop off, pretty high. And apparently Marvel Studios made $170 million in media value from global brand partnerships from the Fantastic Four, which is huge. That's huge. You add that with their box office, they're on track for a pretty decent number. But that's if you're adding that onto the box office numbers, you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the X-Men casting soon, going for much smaller actors. Black Panther 3, Marvel is extremely excited about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about today's topics in the video. Let me hear it. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Geek Fandom Media. Peace.